Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Oh my God!
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two, on bar.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Dummy.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three, Lamas covers, three-handle family Gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now, Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
Number 4, Armbar.
I will never retire!
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
All right, fellow B Plus players, welcome to the B Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Tuesday. You know what that means. It's time for a bonus episode. We came at you last week with a bonus episode previewing the PWA Colosseum, so it's only natural that our next bonus episode would be a review of PWA Colosseum. So joining me, of course, our resident PWA fanboy, BigBoy Mikey. How are you?
Very well, mate. Very well. How you doing?
That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm well. I'm a bit bummed out looking at the results, looking at the little bits of video and whatnot that I've seen of Colosseum. I mean, I had a really good time. I personally, on Saturday night, went out to Adelaide Championship Wrestling Eminence at the Estonian Hall. Adam Brooks became the new ACW champion, dethroning Orlando Jordan. It was a nice moment to see. And, there were some really good matches on that show. Sid Parker kicked me in the nuts.
I saw that. Fantastic.
Yeah, but I should be clear. Sid Parker doesn't go around kicking fans in the nuts. He was thrown into the chairs. I unfortunately misjudged how far away I needed to be, and I copped a boot to the nuts, which is fair play. I'm trying to get that shot for the Instagram, and I suffered. I suffered for my art.
Fair enough, buddy. But good on.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you were at PWA Colosseum because it looks incredible.
It does, mate. But it does sound that Brooks is becoming a bit of the Australian belt collector.
Oh, gimmick infringement. Indy Hartwell. Don't. Indy Hartwell is already our belt collector here in Australia, Adam Brooks.
No, Brooks is becoming the male Australian. Anyway, but yeah, mate, PWA.
We'll start calling him Adam Aries, and then after he has to drop the MCW Intercommonwealth title, he can just flip off the crowd and walk out.
The impressive Adam Aries. There we go. No, no, look, mate, Saturday night was fucking awesome at PWA. In my view, people keep telling me, is this because you're hot off the action? But to be honest, man, it's still, it's still Monday, and I'm still saying my favorite show from PWA all year, and that's including PWA X Progress, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, right. Like, and I mean, look, I haven't seen it yet. It's going to come out on PWA Play sometime this week, we assume, maybe next week at the latest. I'll watch it as soon as it goes up. Don't worry about that. Like, whatever I'm doing, I'm hoping it goes up before Friday. PWA, if you're listening at all, I'm hoping it goes up before Friday, because Friday I've committed to a week off, except for the Aussie Graps show. I've committed to a week off because Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. I've been waiting for this game for almost a decade, and I'm doing the Parks and Rec thing. I'm having a treat yourself week, not just a day. I'm treating myself for the week. I'm going to play the entire week Red Dead Redemption. So I hope it comes out before Friday, because if not, I'm going to have to pause my cowboy experience to go and get medieval, well, probably older than medieval, get ancient with PWA Colosseum.
Yeah, mate. And mate, if I don't see photos of you sitting in just a nappy by the end of the week, and just eating absolute shit and playing that game for a week, I'll be disappointed. But
no, I'm still going to be getting up and working out and playing with my kids and doing all. But all the time that I would normally spend on this or at work or any of the other stuff that I do, I've taken all of that off.
Yeah, no.
And well, not all of it, because I'm still going to be editing. Like, you guys are going to record the podcast. I'm still going to edit. But yeah, but my point was PWA Play's coming out soon. Hopefully it comes out real soon, because I want to watch it before I get stuck into my Red Dead Redemption adventures. But you were there, so let's run through the experience. Let's run through everything that happened. It started off hot with Colosseum, round 1, match 1, Unsocial Jordan and Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, what a way to kick off the night. Like, if there were Meltzer ratings for this show, I'd go about 4.25, 4.5. Seriously, probably match of the night, not story of the night, but match of the night. One of. Just incredible. Kyle Fletcher, I never got to catch him live as Instagram. I've watched a lot of his stuff on RevPro and Progress. I was really shattered that they didn't come down for Progress X PWA, but that's another story in itself. But I'm so stoked to finally got to watch Kyle live.
Well, to be fair, when he was here before, he was not the Aussie Arrow Kyle Fletcher.
He wasn't.
He was Instagram, the hipster luchador.
Right. And my God, he's polished. He is. You can just tell, like, PWA do some fantastic training. Like I said about this card being one of the best, it's because everyone put in a certain effort. Kyle Fletcher's gone even above that, and there's just, you can tell that, he's working every day with guys like Travis Banks and those sort of guys over in the UK. He's on another level. But last week I was a little bit controversial, and I was thinking, Kyle Fletcher should be able to wipe the floor with Unsocial Jordan with all his recent experience and all that. However, Unsocial Jordan went out like a superstar. I don't think I've watched Unsocial Jordan this amazing in ring since I've been a PWA fan. I know he's good, but he's more character based than he is in ring based, like what he's usually presented.
Right.
A little bit more cheating, a little bit more gimmicky type stuff, which is fine. I love that. But Saturday night, he's wrestling like he gave Kyle Fletcher a tombstone onto the edge of the mat, and it's just, oh man, he was on another level on Social Jordan. I was so impressed.
So is it one of those instances of worker goes overseas, worker is lifted by experience, worker comes back, worker lifts fellow workers to his level.
More than likely.
Right? So all the best wrestlers, they don't wrestle down to the other person's level. They bring them up. So is it a matter of Kyle Fletcher lifting Unsocial Jordan, and now Unsocial Jordan is elevated since this match has sort of pushed him further in your eyes? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can basically make the claim that for nearly the entire PWA training team, I guess, because most of the team have had that a lot of international experience in the last 12 months. So between
and they're coming back, bringing that into the school, and everyone's game is lifting. Yeah.
So between Kyle and the PWA training school, Unsocial Jordan has gone to another level. I mean, another level. So, however, the match itself was amazing, but the story for post-match / ending of the match was a little bit more exciting.
Right. So I called it on the preview cast, right? I called it. I was like, could we see a Facebook return?
Yeah.
Could we see the SMS, the social media squad, reunite? And that's what went down from what I'm reading.
Absolutely. I popped. I popped so hard when Facebook came out, guys. I had no idea that. I didn't think it was going to happen. Like, I know that she just recently got cleared. I know she's just recently getting back in the gym and stuff. I was like, maybe it's too soon. Maybe end of the year. Maybe early next year. Whatever. But yeah, I popped so hard when she
right. But they helped Jordan get the win. And short memories, because they've been called jobbers. Jordan's been going around calling them jobbers. So
yeah. Well, yeah. I guess they put that behind them, and they wanted to make sure that Unsocial Jordan got the better of the ex-SMS guy. But yeah, so it did all lead into Unsocial Jordan getting the win after hitting him with his tripod stick just like he got the win at PWA Quarter Arms in August.
And then moving on after that one, we got the PWA Battle Royale. Now, who was in this one? I've seen a few names thrown about. I saw Belle Pierce was in there.
Yeah.
Lucha Kai, Adam Hoffman, Big Fudge. Who else? Any other major names?
We had JT Robinson in there. We had Lucha Kai.
Right.
We had Lucha Kai in there. A couple of young guys I hadn't seen before that were in there.
The Prefects? The Prefects were in there.
Yes, the Prefects. Sorry, that was my first time seeing them. I hadn't sort of seen them before, but that was a fun little battle royal. I didn't think it was going to end up meaning what it meant. I originally thought that once Kelly Ann pulled out of Saturday Night Show due to flight issues, which we'll touch on later, I thought maybe the battle royal would be a little teaser for someone to get to be the person to face Paris. But no, it turned into the number.
Right, yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been cool.
But it turned into the number one contender for the for the BWA Championship. I was like,
which you got straight away as well.
Yeah, because Adam Hoffman got a little bit cocky. So, spoiler alert: Adam Hoffman won the battle royal.
We don't need spoiler alerts, buddy. This whole show's about spoilers.
That's what we're talking about the battle royal, and I hadn't even said who won it yet, and then I've already said that Adam Hoffman got it.
So Adam Hoffman wins.
Adam Hoffman wins.
Adam Hoffman, leader of the Blue Nation, picks up a win, becomes the number one contender, and immediately gets a match.
Yeah, he immediately challenged. Like, I don't know, like, in my opinion, after winning Battle Royal, I'd use that little number one contendership at the right time. But Hoffman was a little bit extra cocky as he likes to be, and challenged Ugg there and then, and Ugg took the challenge and beat him quite quickly. Caveman looked really good out there. I love seeing him with that championship around his waist. I love Caveman Ugg. Yeah.
I've only ever seen Caveman Ugg on demand because he started at the first Wrestling Go show is the first time I remember seeing him, and I watched that one from my bed in Adelaide because I'd already moved down to Adelaide, and I wasn't there for the first Wrestling Go show, which I was stoked for. So, but anyway, so everything I'd ever seen of Caveman Ugg was on demand until last month at the MCW show, and well, actually, we're still in October, aren't we?
Yeah, this month. Yeah.
So this month, at the beginning of the month, at the show before the Super Showdown at the MCW show, and holy crap, he's impressive! Like, just he's an absolute specimen, and having a squash match almost from what I'm reading. I'm reading short and sweet. Yeah. I should shout out potatoandreceiptwrestling.com. That's where I'm getting my information from. Of course, you told me what happened on the night. You were shooting me messages, but Potato and Receipt Wrestling, really good work. They cover all the PWA shows, so it's always a good source for me to go to know what happened. But yeah, they're calling it a short and sweet match. So, I mean, Adam Hoffman doesn't really do short matches unless he's on the winning side.
No, exactly. I mean, Hoff is an awesome idea for Ugg's first title defense. You know, like it's a smart title defense, especially on a night where it's, a tournament-based night. So, but I'm glad that we got Ugg because he wasn't announced originally. We all thought he was going to be on the show somehow, but yeah, no, it's good to see Ugg. Especially since his ex-tag team partner kicked you in the balls the other night. Fantastic.
Yeah. But moving on, we also had this match was a triple threat match. You called it. Full Force Matt Rogers defeats Matt Diamond and Jude the Dude London.
Yeah.
How good this one looks like on paper. I mean, you've got the excitement, you've got the experience, you've got the power. This match has everything.
Yeah, picture Batista in the ring with Kalisto and Sin Cara. Like that's it's a monster with two of the best high flyers the company's got to offer. Some great high spots from both Jude and Matt. God, they're amazing. Matt Rogers picks up the win with his brute strength. No surprise there for me. I knew he was going over. But the excitement came quickly after the match when Jude London called Matt Diamond, called out Matt Diamond, not called out because he was in the ring there, but said, look, all these teams like Four Nations and SMS and the Babes and all that, they're all 3-man, 4-man teams, and Velocities haven't got that backup. So he said, Matt Diamond, do you want to join the Velocities? And Matt Diamond accepted pretty quickly. So Matt Diamond is now going to be in the Velocities with Paris and Duke.
Which is incredibly exciting. I think that is an amazing team.
The quote of the night, this is Black Label at its finest, and I'm going to repeat it because it's fucking awesome. But they tried to recruit Matt Rogers into Velocities at the end. And Matt Rogers come back up, got the mic and said, "Fuck no, cunts." And it was everyone just went, "Oh, okay." And it was just the way that he said it and his presence about it. I was like, okay. That was
the potato and receipt says he politely declined their offer. I mean, he has it in quotation marks, but that's not very polite at all.
No, it was the opposite, but it was also the line of the night. I was sitting next to like a kind of a non-wrestling fan or a casual PWA person, and he's like, "Holy shit, that's the best thing I've ever heard in wrestling ever." I'm like, yeah, like it was so funny. I was just, but yeah,
came out of nowhere.
Perfect moment.
Then we get some more Colosseum Round 1 action. Jack Bonza, AJ Istria. I had this one pegged for match of the night. I think I can't wait to see this one on tape. How was it in person?
Dude, awesome. I'm still sticking with Kyle and Unsocial Jordan being the match of round 1, the matchup. But that was my first time seeing Istria. Fuck, he's entertaining. He is a quality grappler. No wonder they got him in a grappler tournament because he is a hell of a grappler. It's just that Bonza's a better grappler. Bonza's, Bonza is Bonza. He's on another level. Like I keep saying, other guys like are going to go on a level. Bonza, which is crazy because how experienced he is, he's going up another level.
Yeah. Bonza has been fantastic for a long time, but but yeah,
he's gone from the B+ to the A+ at the moment. He's just on.
Well, how did the crowd react to Istria? Because they're both kind of dickhead heels almost. I mean, AJ Istria is more. Bonza's more of a bully. AJ Istria is more. No, they're actually kind of similar. They're both just going to ground and pound you and beat the crap out of you, and they're just bad dudes. Right. So,
I mean, I'm going to say this.
How did that dynamic work?
In terms of the 4 quote unquote outsiders that came in the night, I think AJ got the less sort of fanfare out of all 4.
Oh,
but that's not saying that's not insane because he's that character. He's a guy that is like a Bonza. Like he's rough and raw, and like he's not apologetic about it. He's rough and raw, and I like that. And the rest of the pure wrestling fans would have been going, "Yeah, fuck yeah, AJ Istria."
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking about casual audience at a PWA, but the casual audience, obviously someone like a Kyle Fletcher grabbed that out. Someone like Damian Slater, he's just that good on the mic. He was able to piss everyone off within 2 seconds. Istria, he came in as a grappler, wrestled as a grappler, did his fantastic job, but there wasn't really much, fanfare as such, and that's not a bad thing. It's just the way he is, and that's the way someone like a Bonza is, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, straight up wrestling. Straight up wrestling.
I like that.
There would have it's a niche. It's definitely a niche, and I think there would have been a good portion of the audience that really enjoyed it. And I think I'm going to love that match. I can't wait for that match. But then we move on. So Jack Bonza picks up the win, moves on to round 2, and then we move on to Marcus Cool, Madison Eagles, Michael Spencer, and Snapchad, with Snapchad picking up the win.
There is a couple of things to talk about. Okay, Madison Eagles and Michael Spencer's rivalry. So at Call to Arms, we have Michael Spencer attack Madison Eagles from behind post match after her match with Shazza. Their little interaction in this match on another level. Michael Spencer, I keep saying on another level. Let's just call this podcast on another level because everyone stepped up even bigger. Like Madison Eagles, probably the pop of the night for her. Like the crowd was just so hot for Madison Eagles. Michael Spencer, just brilliant performance. Marcus Cool. Now, I was just saying about AJ Istria with the fanfare. Marcus Cool, holy shit, he connected with the crowd so well. He is a fun character. I've never seen Marcus Cool live. I think I've seen maybe one match on demand, maybe from MCW or SPW, I think. Holy shit, he connected with the crowd. He was fun. And then Snapchat being Snapchat, he's one of the best performers in the company. But it's a post-match that's very important. So yes, Snapchat.
Right. So run us down what happened.
So Snapchat got the pin on Marcus Cool. Post-match, Snapchat got on the mic and claimed that SMS are the best tag team in PWA. This led to TMDK's Damien Slater coming out a little bit earlier than expected, as he was due for the main event against Moretti. And he said, hey, you want to talk about great tag teams? No, you're talking to TMDK. So that led to Damien Slater introducing the newest member of TMDK, as they are doing their version of recruitment season.
Yeah.
Scouring the country for the best Australian talent that they can add. And they've added Mikey fucking Broderick.
Right.
Mikey Broderick is fucking sick. And
the fitness guru. Mikey
Broderick is one ripped dude, and he is fucking insane. He's a PWA original.
Yeah. He's the universal soldier.
Yeah. He's fantastic.
That's Mikey
anyway,
Broderick.
So the two of them, Slater and Broderick, attacked Snapchat, beat him down. Unsocial Jordan came out to kind of save him. Then he realized that he was going to get the shit beat out of him, so he backed away and sort of left Snapchat and turned on him, kind of thing, like walked away from him, leaving Snapchat to be beaten down. But at the end of the beating down, they got him in a camel clutch in position and unmasked Snapchat for his face to be seen. So I don't know where this leaves Snapchat. I don't know whether this is the end of Snapchat in PWA. Does he come back for retribution on... Not to be fair, the retribution shouldn't be on Team DK. The retribution should be on Unsocial Jordan for leaving him.
Should be on Jordan for leaving him. Yeah.
Does he come back for retribution on both over the next couple of months? Or... Because we don't know how much longer Snapchat's...
Something to keep an eye on, definitely. Definitely something to keep an eye on. And then after intermission, so after Matty Wahlberg's beer pong championship and all of that stuff that goes down, we come back with the Colosseum round match 3. So Paris De Silva defeats Ricky South, who Ricky South stepped in at the last minute to replace Kellyanne because Kellyanne had some flight issues, as you touched on earlier. Really unfortunate because Kellyanne is amazing, but that said, from what I'm hearing, Ricky South really stepped up.
I thought it was going to be Ricky South when Ricky South wasn't in the Battle Royal. I was like, Ricky South is 100% on this card, but he was in the Battle Royal. I was like, okay, so maybe he's going to be the replacement. Perfect replacement. Sad that I didn't get to watch Kellyanne live. I know she's not going to be in the country much longer, but so that's going to be sad that got to miss that opportunity. But you can't help it. There were a couple of fans that were just like, oh, well, fuck, that sucks. It's like, mate, you can't help flights. I mean, fucking David Starr did it with Rev Pro last week. You can't
these things happen.
But hell, whilst Paris versus Kellyanne would have been sick, Paris versus Ricky was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've seen the GIF. There's a new GIF. We're calling him Paris de GIF now.
Mick Moretti has coined the term Paris de GIF. Of course he has. Why wouldn't Mick Moretti be the one that claims that? Coins it. But no, seriously, he's becoming a highlight reel, Paris De Silva. So he finished the match.
So for those who haven't seen it, he goes from a pop-up power. So yeah, Ricky South has him in the powerbomb and lifts him up like he's going to take a last ride. But Paris finds his way onto his feet on Ricky South's shoulders, and then jumps down into a DDT with just the most insane amount of momentum coming from that height. Impressive
very
stuff.
Impressive. Like that DDT, the shooting star DDT that he did on Bonza at Quarter Arms, that was cool. But this, and like Ricky South is no short guy. He's a tall guy, so they're tall shoulders to stand on.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The shooting star DDT. That's the kind of thing that I used to make on, in Creator Move on SmackDown vs. Raw. They have Creator Move or whatever, and you can make a shooting star DDT. Like that's something you can actually make. But this standing on top of someone else's shoulders down into a swinging DDT, that's not something I've ever even conceived of. And, so the mind on this guy,
speaking of the guys that coined the term Paris to Give, Mick Moretti also coined the terms like hashtag Now We Conquer and hashtag You're Gonna Notice Us. Well, they are both very relevant to the man Paris De Silva, because hashtag they are noticing Paris and Silva. Will Ospreay is in love with Paris and Silva. The PWA have even sent out a little hint yesterday on Twitter to try and get a.
Right, yeah, I saw that.
Paris and Will, hopefully one day, hopefully next year sometime, we get Paris as a Will.
They're toying with my emotions. So Will started it. Will Ospreay sent out a tweet after the gift. So this is the second gift that's gone viral. There was the Shooting Star DDT. The Shooting Star DDT originated in the Will Ospreay training seminar for PWA that they held. And so obviously Will Ospreay's got his eye on Paris de Silva now because he's had that training seminar and had that experience. And so he's seen this GIF and he's posted about it and said, Paris de Silva is one of the most talented guys I've ever seen, or something to that effect. And then PWA tweeted back something to the effect of, Paris wants to know when you're coming back. And I was just like, don't toy with my feelings.
Well,
I need to see this
Will's
match.
got his own promotion over there in the UK.
No, we want it to happen here, Mikey.
No, I mean,
Stop. Don't put things out there in the universe.
I meant more
we want it to happen
Will
here.
could get Paris over for a bit of a train, for a month, and spend some time with his training school and his young lions for a month or two. But anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be awesome. Yeah, but anyway, so they're teasing that. But Paris de Silva picks up the win.
And no mean feat to Ricky South. Ricky South was amazing in this match, and
he's a B+ favorite. We all know this.
Yeah.
It goes without saying.
Let's move on.
Without saying.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hey, Greg, curious question for you, man. Have you been shopping recently?
I have not.
Mate, well, I've got some good news for you. I know you're not a big fan of crowds, as most of us here at the B+ aren't. Have you heard of Threadbox?
I have heard of Threadbox.
Man, then you would know how good they actually are. I mean, I just received my first crate, and holy moly, I'm amazed. Guys, if you're listening, go check out threadbox.com.au. And they have everything from hats to socks to shirts to pants. It's fantastic. With email to a personalized stylist and customizable crates, it's honestly one of the best things I've had. I don't know about you, Greg, but I really enjoy it.
I got a crate the other day, and they gave me new jeans, a couple of new shirts. And the cool thing is, one of the shirts I tried it on, and it was a little bit long for me. And I thought this accentuates how short I am in person. And so I sent them an email, and I was just like, hey. This shirt, I feel like it makes me look really short because I'm kind of short. And they were like, send it back. We'll give you something else next month, and an extra thing. So I'm going to send that shirt back. And then next month, they're going to send me out something else. And I said to them, I've got lots of shirts. And they were like, well, we'll send you some accessories. And that's how Threadbox do it. It's kind of fantastic.
See, how good's that? And with our special code, the B+15 at checkout, actually saves all our fans 15% at checkout on their first box. How cool is that?
Yeah, so head to threadbox.com.au today and use the code the B+15 to get your first box as soon as you can. But we move on. One Direction actually managed to score the victory over the Babes, Matty Wahlberg and Carter Deems. I thought it was Party Boy Jax Jordan. What happened here, Mikey?
What happened here? Party Boy Jax Jordan thinking he's actually part of Babes. He came out. Props to Matty Wahlberg to his attire. One of the sickest attires ever. Slytherin. Hashtag House Slytherin. He came out with...
Of course Matty Wahlberg would be a Slytherin. Okay. Of course.
Yeah, fucking oath. Smart and cunning. That's the way he is. But...
That's one way. Way to describe it.
No.
I'll give him this. He is a beacon of honesty.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold back. And I do respect that. I respect that, absolutely. Matty Wahlberg. And he's got just... ridiculous amount of talent. Like this dude, he's only been wrestling how long? Year and a half, 2 years?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a name that's on everyone's list.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so essentially he's come out and and Jax was supposed to be his partner, but
Jax
bad news.
Yeah, well Jax thought he was the tag team partner. The card said One Direction versus Babes, and Jax just genuinely thought he was going to be Matty's tag team partner, but Carter fucking Deems is back, baby, and holy shit. I was talking about Kyle Fletcher being cleaner. Oh my god, 6 months in the fucking Farley Dojo, and Carter Deems is on point. He was in. They're a fun tag team. Their chemistry before they left,
they go well together.
Before he left, the chemistry was amazing. It's even better now. But yeah, for all my money, I thought that they were going to win this, but Party Boy Jax accidentally cost Babes again. Jack Jordan does a lot of letting down for Matty Wahlberg. He lets him down a lot. Cost him.
Right. So from what I'm seeing here, he went to distract the referee, and then there was a switcheroo between some of the One Direction members, which cost the Babes the match, which led to an argument, right? Yeah. So obviously, Wahlberg and Dean were pissed off, and they ended up beating down Jax Jordan.
Yeah, that's it.
And cutting off some of his hair.
Yeah, which, the girls were a little bit shocked that Jax Jordan dyed his hair blonde, by the way. Like, why'd you do that, Jax Jordan? But
he did have such luxurious hair.
He did. Some of the girls in the front row, that they were very shocked that he was blonde, but they were even more shattered that he was getting his hair cut off. But they didn't do too much of it. But yeah, poor old Jax.
Right. Well, before we get to the main event, before we move on, and before we get to the main event, we actually both sat down via the magic of the internet and caught up with Matty Wahlberg earlier today. So let's have a listen to what Matty Wahlberg has to say about what went down at Colosseum. All right, joining us now via the magic of the internet, the 21st century success story, leader of the Babes, best dressed man in PWA. I think that's safe to say, isn't it, Mikey?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Matty Wahlberg, how are you?
Mate, I'm living the dream. That was a very polite intro. You missed NBA natural born athlete, the on fleek freak, Mr. All Days Off, but that'll do.
We have a certain time limit. We got to get the interview into the podcast. If I ran down everything that we could call you, we'd be here all night.
That's fair. There's a lot of monikers, so we'll just keep it short today.
Yeah. Speaking of being well dressed, man. First off, your gear at Colosseum, like, where'd you get it? That was just top notch. That Slytherin gear was sick.
That was fresh, right? That the internet is a beautiful thing. You can almost find anything on there, and I've had that sitting at home for months waiting for an opportunity, and Colosseum was the time. That's when I brought it out.
Right.
That's awesome. Look, if we're going to talk about Colosseum, though, I think the real question has got to be about what happened after your match. So, party boy, Jax Jordan, babe in training.
Yep.
He made a mistake. It led to you guys taking the L. But after the match, the cutting of the hair, what was going on there?
Bro, like, everyone's just saying it was one mistake. Like, if you look the past 6 months and so since Carter's been gone, he's made a mistake every single show. It's not a one-time thing. I'm not that kind of guy. And I don't know what happened. He dyed his hair blonde. That was his decision. And at the end of the day, I made a business choice. Carter said, is it me or him? And I think I've made the right decision. If he's not in Babes, he can't have that hair. That had to come off.
Okay, yeah. So it was because of the dyeing it blonde. And now that he's not in the Babes, he's not allowed to do that.
No, we never said he was in Babes. I don't know where he got that from. So he took it in to himself. As you saw, I was very surprised when he took the beanie off. I didn't know that was happening. And he's not part of it, so he can't have the blonde hair, and I got rid of it. His hair looks like trash anyway. If anything, I did him a favour. People should be thanking me.
There were genuine girls in the front row shocked at how bad the blonde was. I'll give you that.
Mate, it looked like dehydrated piss. It was horrendous. It wasn't even blonde.
I feel bad. Oh, this is bordering on bullying. Party boy, I love you. You're good enough for me, party boy.
Oh, here we go. This is what everyone's saying. Everyone's like feeling sorry for him. Like, all he's done is cost me matches, but for some reason people feel sorry for him. Like, let's be honest, he's a joke. Like, let's just not worry about him. Hopefully he doesn't come back.
Mate, I agree with you, mate. I think he has cost you way too much, and it's all well deserved. But, mate, more importantly, your boy, Carter Deems, is back in the country, though. Your boys reunited. And from what I saw on Saturday night, dude, like, your chemistry was better than ever. How stoked were you to get your real tag partner back?
Bro, I was buzzing.
Your real?
My real tag partner, yeah, man. I've been waiting for months for this to happen, In PWA, I've kind of been sitting with Jax, and I've kind of been a bit lost. But the moment he was back, I think everyone saw straight away, like, we are the same dude. Everything was on point. And if it wasn't for him, we'd be number one contenders. Instead, some weird boy band, some Mexican freaks are going to be wrestling the nations. And, I'm not really happy about that, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Well, see, I think the question a lot of people are going to be asking after that loss to One Direction is where do the Babes go from here?
Well, they deserve a rematch. Obviously, they were robbed.
Well, so, I mean, what I mean, though, is the PWA tag division's stacked, right? You got 4 nations at the top, obviously. Conco and Fudge, SMS, Facebook, One Direction, as we mentioned, Facebook and Jordan, Lucha Kai, Velocities, now TMDK declaring war. How do you make sure the Babes don't get lost in the shuffle?
Bro, have you paid attention to the internet in the last 24 hours? Do you know the next show is called Fridays of the Babes? The next show is about us, and it doesn't matter what we're doing. We are running that show. It's going to be a party. The tag titles can always come. We can literally take them whenever we want. At the moment, we're just having a good time. So Fridays of the Babes, that's our next thing. We're going to make sure that is the best show anyone's ever been at. It's going to be a straight up party. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, mate. But sometimes, mate, I'll be honest. Sometimes I get the impression that PWA management don't give you your due at all. It almost seems like they undervalue you. I mean, how do you leave Matty Wahlberg out of Colosseum?
Yeah, I know, but I think whoever runs PWA, I don't think they know I can actually wrestle. I don't think they pay attention to any of the other companies that I work for, that I run the show and I steal the show every time I'm in the ring, singles or as a tag, it doesn't matter. And at PWA, whoever does it, they didn't expect me to be in the Colosseum. They don't know that I've trained MMA for 6 years and I'll probably tap out half those dudes. Like, if I was to get serious, a lot of those dudes would have a very big problem. So maybe they just didn't want it to be an easy road for whoever was in Colosseum, so they gave me a miss.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. Well, I mean, could some of it come down to you not necessarily towing the company line? I mean, you've got let's talk about the Triple M.
Yeah,
the Triple M situation. You've got the guys on commentary. They're doing the commentary at PWA shows. I get the impression you're not a fan.
No. Oh, you know what? Chris Gale, great dude, absolute legend. I listen to his show when he's talking. He's got podcasts. He knows what he's talking about. Andrew Rose is an absolute fuckwit, plain and simple. I don't know how he got the job there. He's terrible on the radio. He's terrible on commentary. Like, I don't understand. I don't know who hired him, but I'm making it my job to make sure that he is done from this company.
Right, and you had a bit of a rant against him at Call to Arms. You had some colourful things to say. And PWA left that off the PWA play release, but you managed to get it out to the public. So maybe, that kind of rebellious... I mean, that's probably not going to be helping your cause, is it?
No, not at all. But to be honest with you, I don't really care. At the end of the day, I'm making sure that people know what I feel. I'm the only one in PWA who's being honest. You got guys like the Velocities and Robbie and Matt Dine, all these good guys, but I know behind the scenes they have feelings about the company and about wrestling, but they just keep it close to their chest so that everyone, cheers them and loves them and buys their merch. I'm the only one here being honest, and for some reason that's backfiring on me, and I think that's a joke. And they tried to leave me off the Call to Arms release because they didn't want people to hear what I had to say, but I've got friends in high places. I can get my hands on whatever I need to.
Well, mate, one last question from me, Matty. You entered the Colosseum 5-0 in beer pong, and ended up facing probably the worst beer pong challenger you've had of all time. Is it just me? Is it just me, or are these beer pong challenges getting worse over time? Like, when are they going to find you a real challenge? Like,
Saturday was a depressing night for the beer pong community. It was one of the worst games of beer pong I've ever seen in my life. I put in zero effort. I just sat on the mic. Like, I was bouncing the ball and he was just watching it go in. And then he would bounce and I would grab it. He had no idea of the rules. He was drunk. I felt bad for the crowd that they had to watch that. But he paid his money. And I'm 6-0. I'm undefeated. I really don't think anyone can come close.
No.
All right, so I'm not at these shows, see, because I'm down in Adelaide, right? You guys are the Sydney boys, but I mean they're already drinking, right? Like for the first half of the show before intermission, they've been drinking. You have a bit of an advantage over them.
I have massive advantages. Have you seen me? I'm an athlete. Like before we even talk about anything else, I have an obvious advantage. But they purchased their ticket. It is up. It's on them whether they drink or not. It's not my fault. I just turn up, I play my game, and I win every time. I know the rules. I study it. I know what's going on. I was ranked 3rd in Australia. People don't realise that. Like, I'm very, very good at beer pong. So it's not my fault these guys suck.
Wait, they actually have rankings for that?
Australian beer pong,
big time, man.
I went to the tournament. It was a team thing. We're in a pair, so it wasn't my fault we lost. If it was 1-on-1, it'd be different. But they do have rankings, and I was 3rd in Australia.
That's amazing. I didn't even know that was a thing.
There you go. Breaking news for your podcast.
For all the B+ players out there that are listening, if you're sitting there thinking, I might want to challenge him for this number 3 position, if you're out there thinking that's the trick, is don't drink for the first half of the show. You got to exercise some self-control. Now, I'm not saying that's going to give you the edge over the natural-born athlete, Matty Wahlberg, but I think it's better than going into the match already half shit-faced.
True, and what you could also do with your $5 that you put in for the raffle, you could actually take it out of your wallet and you could just throw it on the ground on the way to the show, and you're basically doing the same thing because you're never going to beat me. I'm just being honest.
All right, well, look, so you touched on it already. Yesterday, just one day after Colosseum, PWA announced December 7, Fridays are for the babes, and
finally a poster with your head on it.
Exactly, I'm very happy with that.
So you and the other babes are going to be hosting. What can the people expect?
Well, I don't want to give too much away. There's still a lot of things in the works, but you can expect a full-on party. I spent a lot of time in my life at frat houses and sorority parties in the States, and I'm going to bring that vibe to PWA December 7th. So you can expect a lot of drinks. You can expect some good music for once before the show and an intermission. None of that weird, 2WS crap that they play before the show. I have full control. I have full control of the show. I'll be taking hold. I get to make all the decisions.
Right, so it's going to be the Babes' vision for a PWA show.
It is. So it realistically should just be us in every match, but they said that probably wasn't the smartest thing. But I do have some very fun ideas for the show, and honestly, it'll be like nothing anyone's seen before.
Well, there you have it. If you're in Sydney, or if you have the chance to get to Sydney in December for December the 7th, that's a Friday night. Fridays are for the Babes. PWA at Max Watts. As it always is at Max Watts, that fantastic venue there. Where can before you go, Matty, where can all the B+ players out there find you online?
It's Matty Wahlberg 21 on everything. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. They're the main important ones. And Mikey, just before I go, did you see my team in fantasy today? Oh, that was fresh. That was a big score I put on today.
I got smashed today. Played the wrong quarterback, as always.
I know. I'm just wondering if you've ever seen NFL before. There was just a bit of a disappointment.
I have. I beat you in round 1, buddy.
Oh, you're like the St. George Dragons. You live off that first week. It's not premiership time yet, buddy.
Well played, mate. Well played. And just to let you know, I've actually organised a bit of a tailgate party for Fridays up for the Babes.
Oh, well, you know what? We might have to stay in contact because I have something coming with that as well. We may have to do some business together.
Well, fantastic.
There you go. That's what I love to hear.
There you go.
Right. Thanks a lot for joining us, Matty.
No problem, boys. Thanks for having me.
So there you have it. Looking forward to Friday, December the 7th. Friday is for Babes. Matty Wahlberg, he said it himself. He was patient with Jax, and Jax screwed up too many times and dyeing his hair blonde and taking it upon himself to think he's one of the Babes. But they never said that. So you can't argue with the logic. It makes sense. Yeah. I still have to feel for Party Boy Jax Jordan, though. You know.
And also just throw in there, Matty did have another little spat at the Triple M broadcast team. So hopefully that makes it onto PWA play this time. But
so at the actual show at Colosseum, he had a go at Rose.
Yeah, just a little bit. Called him a fat Ron Weasley. It's fantastic.
Look, I don't want to condone that kind of behavior, but that's kind of fun. I mean, Ron Weasley's not a picture of health, so
no.
See, all right. Let's talk about the main event. Colosseum, first round, the last match in the first round. Mick Moretti, Damian Slater with Mikey Broderick at ringside. You got to think this match was incredible. These are two of the best that Australia has ever put out. So how did this one play out?
Yeah, really, really good. I'm going to say the word fun. I was expecting like a really good, classic match. And it was a good match, but it was more fun. Mick Moretti, he came out in the coolest fucking attire. I hope, actually, I should say Bonds actually had new attire tonight too. Had full red.
Right, so it was a night of new attire.
Yeah, but like Bonds' looked like his was permanent. It's like nice long tights, red with the Four Nations logo on the side, Red Nation logo and all that. He looked really good. Mick Moretti came out in what kind of looked like old dragon sort of attire, like in either a Tekken or a Mortal Kombat, like Liu Kang style, with sort of like black sort of tracky-dack sort of karate pants kind of thing with like the belt, the green mesh belt around the mid-waist. And it just looked really cool. Like he looked like something out of Tekken or Mortal Kombat or something.
Yeah.
And just his character work. Was used for the victory. And it's just so clever. Like, this is one of the most creative men in wrestling. Breaking kayfabe.
Yeah.
He is 100% one of the most creative guys I've ever seen in this business. Like, his mind just works so well. Like when even just simple little things like.
He's one of those guys where I'm intimidated. Like, I want to get him on the Aussie Graps show to do an interview with Mick Moretti. But I'm entirely intimidated by Mick Moretti because I don't even know where to, like, first off, okay, you've always got the question when you're going to do an interview with a wrestler, are we going to do an in-character interview or are we going to talk to the man, right? And that's something where, like, I would love to talk to Mick Moretti, the character, but that would probably be even scarier. So, but yeah, I know what you're saying, though. He is one of the most creative guys I've ever seen. Just a marketing genius, too.
Just like a simple little touch at the start of the, when Diego, who had another killer night on mic, by the way, introduced both talents, Damian Slater and Mick Moretti. Introduced Damian Slater. Then when he introduced Mick Moretti got down and did the Tajiri pose because Damian Slater was eliminated by Tajiri in the Cruiserweight Classic. Like, just something simple like that. It's just like, fuck.
It's the little things. It's the little things. It's the little eggs, the little breads that you can pull on. Yeah.
Because even like my mate sat next to me, he goes,
yeah, absolutely. And it's the mind deck. That's going to get in Damian Slater's head.
Damian Slater is, no offense to Mick Moretti, Damian Slater is the better wrestler, but Mick Moretti is a better character. And
well, I don't know. I don't know if you can even separate the two. Like, I don't know. Because I've seen Mick Moretti before he went, with the full-on rapscallion, the sort of Loki-inspired thing that he's doing. He's a great wrestler. He really is. So
yeah, look, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that he's like
my memories are of the Green Dragon Mick Moretti. When I was at PWA shows. So but anyway, so he picks up the win. So all four of the PWA, the homegrown talent, move forward in the tournament.
And the brackets have been announced. My apologies.
Yeah, so round two on December 7, we're looking at Mick Moretti versus Unsocial Jordan and Jack Bonza versus Paris De Silva. So potentially, what I said, Jack Bonza and Mick Moretti in the final, looks like it could happen.
Yeah, because my money's on Unsocial.
Do you think that's where it's going?
Yep, absolutely. My money is on someone costing Unsocial Jordan his spot. And then, it'll be down to Paris and Bonza. The rematch from the original Shooting Star DDT. It'd be good to see again.
Yeah, in a singles match, the way they would get to it and set that up would be incredible. So anyway, looks like it was a fantastic show once again from PWA. Can't wait for it to come up on pwaplay.com. I will let you guys know on the Facebook when it does. Before we go, any final thoughts, Mikey?
Look, I just want to say, like I said, amazing show. For my personal self, show of the year. And this is a show missing Robbie, Shazza, Jess Troy, and the somewhat Jonah Rock. He's not a permanent member, but those three guys who were missing from the show doing their international duties, it still ended up being the show of the year. It's because every other wrestler on the card, yes, they had help from guys like Marcus Cool, Kyle Fletcher, AJ, Slater, Broderick, and all that, and the returning Snapchat and Carter Deems, but everyone else stepped up. It's just like, just because Robbie and Shazza aren't there's no reason why the others can't step up. Everyone stepped up, and it's just, I just thought,
the company's in
very
good
hands
for the future. Yeah.
But that's it for me.
Absolutely. And where can people find you, Mikey?
BigBoy_EST86. And I also want to plug for any fans listening to this, jump onto Facebook and. I don't know what the official link is or anything, but type in the search bar PWA and UE Pro fan community. We've got a great little community building in there.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to mingle with other PWA fans, like if you feel like you're going to your first PWA show alone and you want to meet a couple of people beforehand, jump in that group, meet a couple of PWA fans. It's great.
Reach out. Absolutely. We don't want people to feel alone at their first show. We want them to have the best time possible. And, of course, I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at The Greg Unchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B+ Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit the B+ Wrestling everywhere else. Like, share, subscribe, give us a comment if you like what we do. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you think. And, as always, thank you so much for listening.
Hold one! Arm drag! You're not doing this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon. You just made the list. Oh my God!
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Coming. Hold 3. The moss covered. 3-handle family grenade.